Welcome everybody to the next lesson. Woo! We're in the next lesson. The other one actually did kind of good. All right. So today, what are we going to learn today? We're going to learn how to sketch an idea out. Yes! Because last time, we learned how to do gestural drawing. And gestural drawing, if anybody remembers, raise your hand if you remember. I can't see if you're raising your hand, so now you look like a fool. Gestural drawing was a gestural drawing. Blah, 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 blah. Take two. A gestural drawing is laying out or in of an action, form, and pose of a model or figure. Typical situations involving an artist in a series of poses taken by a model in a short amount of time, often as little as 10 seconds to 5 minutes. Okay, so that's what a gestural drawing was. Today, we're going to take what we learned from gestural drawing and transfer it into sketching so we can sketch out our ideas. I know I seem a lot brighter today. It's because my light source is up here, so it's blinding. All right. So, without further ado, let's get into it. And guess what I did? I went beforehand. Kudos to me for once in my life that I actually prepared a little bit more than usual. So I went in and did some gestural drawings and got it so that we do actually have some thumbnails. And what's a thumbnail, you may ask? Well, a thumbnail is kind of like this stuff right here. Sorry, pointing the wrong way. So thumbnails are going to be little quick sketches to lay out an idea of what you're going to be doing. And basically, whenever you're doing a drawing, have you ever done a sketch or anything like that? And after you're done sketching, you look at it and it's like, wow, I really hate this. This was not at all that I was imagining in my head. And then you redraw it and it becomes beautiful. And you're like, wow, I can't believe I wasted 3 hours beforehand doing that stupid, crappy sketch. And this one was just around the corner. It happens a lot. So thumbnails kind of makes it so that you fail faster. In the words of Kim Lafferty, aka K and KL show, you fail faster. And it's great to fail faster because it makes it so that it takes all the chances of you failing and then it goes like, okay, you're gonna fail all this right now, but then now all the great stuff that was in your mind or you could draw, boom, let's throw it out on there. So I was already going in a little bit ahead and going through and making some little sketches, gestural drawings of poses of what I'm going to do with this new girl that's going to be the shy girl. Because I was like, you know what, I've never drawn a shy girl before and so many people have been doing it, so I kind of want to try it. Why not? So I was doing some quick ones and I was like, meh, and you can see this little X right here. This little X right here, I was just like, meh, I didn't like that. This one had a little question mark because I was like, maybe I could actually use that? Question mark? And this one actually had a star on it. And that star tells me, it's like, oh, I really liked how that one was coming out. So, this one, I pulled it up here and started doing it. I was just like, no. So I was kind of like, no, I'm not going to really go farther into that. Maybe do a different one and go further into that, but that's the one that I started sketching out. This one right here was the one that I sketched out after this one, so I failed on this one, and then I decided, ooh, this one was good, this one's good, I like this one. So let's erase some of those. And so I decided to bring this one right here, because I've already done the sketch right here. I'm going to bring it into, you weren't supposed to see that yet. That was inking. My bad. I brought that one over here so we can sketch it together. So let's undo that and let's get into sketching this together. But quick question, what is a sketch to you guys? Now don't Google it because I've already Googled it. Google told me that a sketch is a rough or unfinished drawing or painting often made to assist in the making of more finished picture. So what does that mean? So basically it's like the skeleton or the outlines underneath it so that whenever you decide to actually make a full-fledged piece, a finished product, it's what you're going to follow. So it's kind of like the basic foundation of your art. Or the blueprints of your art, and then you're building up the foundation from there. Why is sketching so important? Well, Number one, I mean, to get your ideas down on paper, which is very important. You know how hard it is to take amazing ideas and transfer it into paper and not look at it and be like, wow, that's trash. That is so trash. I've had that happen too many times. There's so many unfinished pieces on my computer that is not even funny. But also, it helps you iron out your details that you thought of whenever you're doing the gestural drawing, which is this right here. It helps you iron out those details. So if I looked at this and be like, I don't know what that is. I honestly don't know what that is. If it was anybody but me, they would not know what that is. So now I can start bringing things together. Also, a point that I wrote down, it is super important. Yes, it is very super important. So let's get into how we would sketch out our shy girl. Now, the important thing is whenever it comes to sketching or drawing or anything like that is having references. Because I'm drawing a shy girl, yes, I could do it straight from my mind and then hope that everything goes beautifully. And sometimes it does. Sometimes it goes beautifully and I'm just like, oh gosh dang, I'm amazing. And then I check myself before I wreck myself and realize that I'm not that amazing. But a big thing that I love to do is always have references whenever it comes to anything that's closer to something that's already been established. Like say if it's a fan art, I would rather have references so I can understand and still have it close enough to whatever I'm drawing. And also for poses and everything like that, that's important too. So let's copy this. Went on the internet, found a picture. It is from knowyourmeme.com. It does not have anybody's name on it. That's fun. Okay. I'm not doing this for monetization, but whoever made this drawing, you're amazing. And that is an absolutely cute shy girl. Kudos to you. So let's see how I would go about drawing a shy girl. Alright, so what we're going to first go from, because I already have the whole entire body layout going, I'm going to start from the head and start putting some details in. And basically, I'm not going to focus primarily on the head, get all the details done, and then go to the body. I'm going to work my way down and basically have a little bit of the details of the head, enough to transition to the body, transition to the legs, and then go back in and do deeper details. I'm not going to go super into details because also I'm going to be doing inking. Inking's going to have a little bit more details and all that fun jazz. So we're going to see this little shy girl over here and be like, oh, okay. So I have this other shy guy down here that is being sat on. So let's go here. Let's iron out the, oh, you know, I just realized I'm drawing on the wrong layer. Make sure you're drawing on the right layer. Pro tip, pro strat. Let's see. Okay, that is the right layer. Fantastic. And actually, I could just go like this, tone that down, and tone that up. So basically what I was just doing right there was turning down the opacity of my gestural drawing right here so that I can draw on top of it so that I'm not drawing over my gestural drawing already. So just in case if I have to go back and redo something. And I'm going to layer lock my gestural drawing so that I don't mess it up. Also my reference, I layered locked it too. You can see it by right here, the little lock symbol that shows that you locked it. Now, if I alpha locked it, that means that if I do that and I hit alpha lock, and it's this one right here, it shows like a little transparency thing. If I select a different color, it only colors in there, which is fantastic. Helps so much. Oh, wow. Okay, I like that texture. All right. So that's what that is. I always draw in red, so there we go. All right, so let's start getting her head shape going. There we go. And you can't really tell that she has a neck. So I'm going to work on her shoulder real quick, bring it down, bring this over and bring it like that. Kind of like a divot, like a dip tater chip, because her neck would be right here if she had a neck. I don't know if she's going to have a neck. We're going to see what happens, Captain. The funny part is compared to my other sketch, she's going to be a little bit different, probably. But who knows? Might be better, and I might actually want to eat this one more than the other one. Who knows? So what I'm doing right now is basically molding her body shape, her normal body shape. So I already went through and did the head right here, which is going to be, let's iron it in a little bit more. And notice whenever it comes to my sketches right now, due to me being in digital format, I don't care that I'm drawing a little bit harder and pushing harder on certain places. The reason why I'm pushing harder in certain places is showing myself, okay, you made a million lines over here. This line right here that's the darkest is the one that you're wanting to go with, Captain. I'm like, all right, sounds good. Let's do that. But if I'm doing traditional, I'm going to be still doing as light as possible. I might be doing more erasing so that I don't screw myself up. Don't screw yourself up, people. That's not a fun thing to do. And also, look. I'm feathering. This is what feathering, that's the technique. The art technique is called feathering. Because I'm not going for crisp, clean lines. I'm not going, oh, I gotta have the perfect line. Oh, yes, perfect. I'm not doing that. That's stupid. Because this is just a sketch. I'm not putting too much effort into it. Putting more effort into it than my gestural drawing, but I am not putting the inking level of effort that I would do. And now I need to remember that this is here, and this is like this. And you see that I'm doing the ellipses kind of like how I did my gestural drawing. It's helping me lay it back out. And do that. And also, some people would be like, I've actually, whenever I was in high school, had a friend who was an artist, and she always told me, anytime I'm doing a drawing, I always have to draw the character naked and then go from there, because it helps whenever to know where the fabric is falling on the body. And yeah, whenever I draw them quote unquote naked, but they're not really, because it's just more on the lines of filling in the body shapes themselves. And I'm not adding the clothing on the clothing aspects. I'm building it up from there, so I don't get demonetized. Well, I'm already probably going to be demonetized because of a picture right here. I don't know. Gotta love the YouTubes. Okay, so I did that. I'm still doing the little ellipses to help me out, to lay it out. I don't like that. I really don't like that. Oh, it's because I had it earlier that her elbow went out farther. Okay. So her elbow went out more like that. That's the center line that I'm drawing right now on her arm. Because I understand that I already did this part right here. This right here would be the center line of that arm. So, if I made a tube, that would be the center line. And let's see. I'm going to double check real quick. Oh, I did it completely different last time. You know what? Let's roll with it. Let's roll with it. I'm actually liking this a little bit better than the other one, personally. There we go. And what I'm doing right now is I'm roughing everything in. And yes, I could sit here and preach to you guys exactly how the human anatomy, or the anatomy of the character, and all that fun jazz is like, it's a humanoid, it has to have exactly the human anatomy. The arm has to be this long, the forearm has to be this long, and it has to be drawn exactly like this. I'm not going to do that. Why? Because I've noticed that in a lot of people's different art styles, that they make it work even whenever the arms are longer than normal humans should ever be. That's the joy of cartooning. You can exaggerate whatever features you want. If you want, like, say, One Piece. If you want to have a person that had a joint here and a joint here, for, like, double jointed arms, not in the traditional sense of double jointed, but actually have two elbows, then yes, you can do that. And your art style can make it work beautifully. It's just being consistent whenever it comes to the anatomy of the character itself that you're creating. Because if one part, her arm's going to be only like that long, In the next scene, her arm is freaking that long. Unless you're doing like a comical stretch, it's not gonna really work well, Captain. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. And let's do that. And do I need to draw fingers right now? Nope. Nope, no I don't. You know why? You know why? She ain't got no fingers. She ain't got no fingers. Yeah. Alright. Also, I'm understanding that in three-dimensional space, that behind here, her leg's going to be right there. Her stomach's going to be right here, coming in, and her leg's going to be coming from over here. Okay? In my mind, I'm already thinking, hey, there's a line here for the leg, here's a line here for the stomach. Don't forget that. I know I'm not going to see it because this stinking arm right here, but remember that it's there. If you need to, draw it in. If you need to draw it in so you don't forget, so you can connect those lines. Because it is really weird if I drew her right now and she did not have another leg and her other leg just pops out over here. That would look really weird. You have to imagine it all in three-dimensional space. The character in three-dimensional space, how would she look? Like if she turned that way, if you sat there and looked at somebody that was sitting like that, where would their leg be? Where would this be? Where would that be? You gotta think. It's problem solving, Captain. Do it. Because I can't tell you how many times I've seen people draw beautiful faces, beautiful faces, beautiful poses, everything like that. But then you can see that it's like, wait, that doesn't line up. Like, I understand that you can mess around with anatomy as much as you want and change it, but that doesn't match up. It's not consistent with the style that you're using at that moment in time. So you have to understand that. So let's continue to sketch. So I know that I'm going to have her calf come out like this a little. You see how many lines there are? You see my problem here? Hey, now we can at least erase instead of gestural drawing where you can't erase at all. Yeah! Well, you can erase, but I told you guys not to erase, but most of you guys probably erase, let's be honest here. Alright, and now her shoulder, I want the shoulder to dip a little bit more. I feel like that's kind of awkward that it's so high up. I want this shoulder to be more high up to make it look like she's doing like a exactly, that pose, beautiful. You should have screenshotted that and drew it 1,000 times, trust me. Nothing else will get any more Cory than that. There we are. Oh my gosh, my computer is just pinwheeling today. Alright. Okay. I did that really fast. Let me... Okay. Let's pull that back up. Sorry, but come here. Yeah. Did it work? I will be right back. Alright? You know what? You guys can watch me struggle with this, okay? You know what? I'll put it on face cam so you guys can watch me do this. Okay. Let's do this. Alright, buddy. Come here, you. Okay. We'll do that. I'm not editing any of that out. I'm keeping that. That was classic. Let's see it moving. My chair is being a butt. Okay, there we go. Everything is now fine. We're all good. Okay. So, whenever it comes to these feet, okay? So, whenever it comes to a foot, you have a foot like this. Like, that's the toes, the front part. This is going to be the heel, okay? 2 quick circles. Why not? Now, if I make a box, that's a foot. Cool. Now, whenever it comes to any sort of perspective, so let's say if I wanted to turn it more around, like say that's going to be the heel. If I want it to show that it's the toes pointed more like that or something like that, I have no clue. I'm going to bring that circle in even more. And that circle is going to show me where the top of the foot is. And now I'm going to have a little bit of more of an overlap whenever I'm making the foot. Okay? So now I have more of an overlap. See? We're tracking with each other, right? We're checking with each other. So because the toes are going to be pointed inward, that's why I have it like that. Okay? Okay. I think my phone's going off. Give me 1 second to silence that. Get a good look at my butt. There you go. Fanciful, I know. Wait. Prince Ali, fabulous he, Ali above the wall. Strongest in regular men, definitely. I might cut that out. I have no idea. But this seems like it's more fun than it should be. Alright. Now there we are. Little weird thingies that all Mario characters for some odd reason have. It's like rolled sock syndrome. I have no clue on what to really call it. There we are. Alright. And just letting you know, it's like right around 80 degrees in this room right now. AC not working well. There's Dracula, Bonari, Prince Ali. I don't know why I have that song stuck in my head. But I'm not going to complain about it. I love Aladdin. Alright, there we go. Let's get this guy going. Alright, because he's a circle. Look at the reference. I got a reference over there so I don't forget. Alright. So I'm going to make him more like a bean because he's being squooshed. And also actually indent a little. And then have his mask. Because his mask is not a part of his body. It's something that's added on to him. There we go. And then I'm going to have a foot here. And a foot here. There we go. There we go. And he has a strap right there, if I remember right. And actually, I'm going to angle his black slit, which is his eye hole. I'm going to make it so that it curves, like it indents on one side to make it look like he's looking up at her. He's like, dude, what the heck are you doing? Why are you sitting on me? How rude. There we are. And now I did a quick guideline on her face to see where her eyes are going to be, because if I angled my face, because right now it looks like it's a straight line. Now if I follow the curvature of my face, which is a circle, like my face is an oval, okay? So in three-dimensional space, this right here is a circle. And if this went all the way around the radius or whatever it's called, it'll come back around. It's 3D. I'm drawing 3D. It looks 2D, but it's 3D, kind of. It helps whenever it makes it look good. I have no, like, quirky or something quip to say about that. Let's put this right here so I can see. Oh, I did have her looking down. You know what? Screw it. I like her looking up. Let's use that. Anarchy. There we go. Because her hand's in a different place anyhow. Let's do that. To make it look like the fingers are going over the palm. There we are. There we go. Because there was one thing that I couldn't remember, was how this part worked, which was her hood. Oh, you might be wondering how I pulled this sketch over here and working on a completely different sketch over here. Cool time. All right, ready? You grab this right here. You see it's red. You pull it over here. And bada bing, bada boom. You got it. Or I take my signature. I put that right there. Boom. Now I have 3 screens. Golly, there's so many screens. Alright, and let's go put that back here. Open that back up. And actually, I'm going to have to control paste and move this right here so I have both references. Because now, and remember, because I was saying that the head is circular and it's a 3-dimensional space, you see this thing right here, the strap on their head? Yeah, that one's going straight, but also it curves a little. Mine over here goes and curves, okay? Oh, I messed up. There we go. Now this one, because it's curving that away, like this away, make a big line just for you guys to see. I'm going to be angling it this away, okay? Makes sense? No? Good. Oh, the joys of teaching art. Alright, so I'm going to bring little hair things. And my hope is that you start picking up on little things that I'm doing. Because I know I'm not the perfect art teacher, trust me. That's why I'm saying that this is a trial run whenever it comes to these lessons. It's because I'm not an art teacher in the slightest. I'm the kid that goes in, draws, and then afterwards I go, how the heck did I do that? And yeah, her hair, I mean, I could have had it falling down more, which would look a little bit better. But yeah, that works. That works. Wait a minute, it would be more like that. It would be more akin to going a certain, like, up instead of down, because I'm looking more at that way. That one would do that too. And I bring this in because this one has a strap on it as well. She's just covered in straps, let's be honest here. And apparently it's like a hoodie type thing. Sorry, I got phlegm in my throat and it's not a fun time. There we go. That's a little better. Little bit better. Not the worst. I'm not completely hating it. Now we're gonna give her that little hood up top and come out, and that's freakishly huge. I don't like that. I'm gonna cut this a little bit smaller. And there we go. Maybe that'll work, maybe it won't. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Now I'm going to bring her shoulder back a little bit more to give her more of a definition of a shoulder, like make her shoulder a little bit bigger, because it kind of looks awkward with that small of a shoulder. And now here comes the fun part, a belt. So I'm going to make a fold of fabric up top, because if you have a belt on, if you ever looked at anybody that had a belt on in a looser shirt or a looser clothing, the clothing goes over the belt a little, or it tightens up and then the fabric pulls in. If you ever tuck your shirt in, you can see it very plain as day. Just FYI. So I'm going to be pulling that up. And Shaboski. There's that. You know what? I kind of want to give her a belt over the chest. Because I've seen that on certain ones, and I thought that that was freaking adorable. So I'm going to do that. And notice that I didn't do a straight, just straight. I try to follow the curve of the body itself. Okay? I'm following the curves of the body. I'm understanding that the plane that I'm drawing on is a two-dimensional plane, but I'm trying to give it an illusion, if you will, that it's three-dimensional. Yes. Exactly. Don't smart off to me. I hear you. I hear you. Better stop. I will turn this drawing around. I will. You know what? You don't think I will? You don't think I will? Turn it around. Freaking turned it around. Now what? Okay. It's alright. I just wanted to have a little bit of fun with you. Now, here comes her skirt. Now with this skirt, as you can tell in this drawing, it is following a curve. It is not a straight line. It's following a curve. Over here, it's going to follow a curve. Over here, we're going to make darn sure that it's following the curve of her leg. I know I'm looking down a lot. It's mainly because my face is down here. So, yeah. FYI. And also she has kind of a, oh, what are they called? It's like a suspender type thing for her leggings. I can't remember what it's called. It's a thing. It's a thing. It's a thingity thing. There we are. There we are. And we have ourselves a sketch. That right there is a sketch. You can clean up this sketch as much as you want. You can have super crisp lines. But what this is for us right now is just guidelines. That's all it is. That's all it is for me. I mean, I could, if I wanted to, because there's different things you can do whenever it comes to sketches. I just made a new layer, and I'm turning down the opacity of that layer, taking my pen tool, or pen, actually it is a pen tool, but whenever somebody says pen tool, whenever it comes to Photoshop or anything like that, they think it's a vector-based drawing pen. You can call it a paintbrush. Let's just call it a brush. I call it my pen brush. It's a pen brush. Pen brush. Alright. So I can take that, and I could turn my stabilizer off, and color this in. And I'm using the same exact color that I did for the sketch. I'm just lowering down the opacity of the layer that I'm using. So now, this is just showing me the values that I'm going to be putting in. Like, is it going to be a darker value or a lighter value or anything like that, and see how it looks whenever it has a little bit of fill. And this actually can look significantly better as a sketch if you were wanting just to post your sketch or anything like that. And this is kind of like a grayscale type thing, which we could actually do black and white and do a grayscale if you wanted to. But right now, I'm just doing a red scale. There we are. And with each new layer, I turn it to a different opacity. So for a, it goes down here, I almost forgot about that part. And oh yeah, he has the same color. I might want to make her a blue shy girl. I don't know. I don't know what color I'm going to make her. Or black. That'd be cool. Then I'm going to make another layer, and I'm going to actually bump this opacity up a lot more, because I'm going to be doing darker. Like the straps, which are going to be a darker value. There we are. And maybe the shoes. I can have the shoes to a darker value as well. So why not? There we are. And see? There's a quick sketch. I mean, quick-ish. I mean, whenever it comes to gestural drawing is going to be 1,000 times faster. But after you do the gestural drawing and you get your sketch done, now I can go into and start laying down ink. And all I did was lower the opacity of my sketch layer, grab my tool that is my brush that is the brush that is the pen. Golly, I can't talk today. And turn my stabilizer back up to 100%. And make sure that I'm on the right layer, and I just go to town on it. That's how I get very smooth lines, is a stabilizer. Dead serious. Makes life a lot easier, trust me. Because I really did like how I did the belt on the other one. I might put a belt on this one. Yes. Girl, you are the prettiest shy girl that's gonna go to the ball ever. Here we are. But yeah, that is how I sketch. And now that I'll be doing inking and everything like that, that is going to be for next week. Or next lesson. I don't know why I keep on saying week. Because sometimes I put these out in span of a week, other times I don't. I'm sorry. Almost got hit by that. But yeah. Now, let's just go over the main points that we learned today. What is a sketch? A sketch is a rough or unfinished drawing or painting, often made to assist in the making of a more finished piece. Okay, we learned that. Fantastic. Why is sketching so important? To get our ideas out, to fill in more of the details of whatever piece that we're working on. And also, it's a guideline. It is the major blueprints to your finished piece. So what is my homework for you guys this time? My homework is going to be working on thumbnail sketches. So what a thumbnail sketch is going to be those gestural drawings that you saw at the very beginning, the little small ones, and then you take some of those gestural drawings, and then you actually make sketches out of them. Don't do every single one, you don't have to. Find the ones that you like the most and then do, okay? Okay. But also remember to post it on Discord. Discord link is down below. If you want to join the Discord, basically what the Discord is going to be is that people come in, you watch this video, you're like, yo, I'm doing the homework. You put it on there, I give you feedback. If you want a constructive criticism whenever it comes to what can I do to be better, or what can I do to do this or that, or if you have any questions at all, you can give me a quick holler. If you have any ideas for any future lessons, I know that next is going to be inking, and after that's going to be doing base colors like a pro, and also shading like a pro. So I know those are going to be the next 2 lessons, but after that, it's free game of whatever lessons you guys want. That's what it's going to boil down to. So I hope you all have a fantastic day, and if you want to, hit subscribe, hit like if you like the video. Also hit that bell icon so you know that I'm actually posting stuff. Because sometimes I post stuff at the dead of night and nobody knows. I'm sorry. Y'all have a great night. See y'all in the next video. Keep calm and doodle on. Missed the button. Keep calm and doodle on.